Hi, G-Matoka here with another LED light bulb review for hobbyfanatic.com. Today we're reviewing the TESS 6 and 7 watt LED bulbs. Now I found out about these bulbs from a commenter on my YouTube video reviewing the Philips LED bulb, so I decided to pick a couple of these up and see how they perform. The 6 watt bulb is a 40 or 50 watt equivalent. I was able to pick it up for $19.99 online, so pretty comparably priced to the Philips. The 7 watt bulb, which is a 60 watt equivalent, for $34.99. Now in terms of the design of these bulbs, pretty typical LED bulb design today, an aluminum heatsink with a plastic cover on it. Now I was able to find a great website online, edn.com, that's electronicdesignstrategynews.com. They did a teardown on this bulb, and what you can see in their teardown is it's a surface mount printed circuit board mounted on this aluminum heatsink with surface mount LEDs on that. Now that design is what you typically see in a spotlight or a floodlight design. It tends to make the light a bit more directional. As you can imagine, if there are LEDs mounted on the surface of this aluminum heatsink, it's impossible for that light to come through the heatsink. It's going to make the bulb a bit more directional. They put this plastic cover on here to diffuse the light a little bit. It's still not 100% effective. This also, obviously, the plastic cover makes the bulb a bit more attractive, especially in an open fixture. So it's good design. It's pretty typical design. But what it does is it makes the bulb a little bit more directional than an incandescent. Okay, you can see I set this up here so you can see where the light is going. Light's mostly traveling up, not so much down here. By comparison to an incandescent, you can see it casts light a bit more omnidirectionally. Okay, now that may not be a factor in your application. You know, if you're putting this in an overhead lamp fixture, that might not be a big deal. But if you're putting in a reading lamp or a table lamp, you might notice that this bulb isn't quite, casting light everywhere. By comparison, the Philips does a little better job. They've moved their phosphorus up higher in the globe and their heat sink's a little bit smaller. So it does a better job of casting light in all directions. In terms of color on these bulbs, both the 6 and the 7 watt, both rated at 2700 Kelvin. They also sell a 5000 degree, much colder bulb. Not reviewing that today. Just the warmer bulbs. I'd say they're a pretty warm bulb, a little bit cooler than the Philips, or a little cooler than an incandescent, but not a cold bulb by any means. Now, the final thing on these bulbs, they're not dimmable. And I guess the other problem might be that you can only get them online right now. Now, if these were to show up in retail outlet, I'd probably pick one up, especially if the price came down a little bit. But right now, considering that they're in the same price range as the Philips, I probably would just go ahead and get the Philips. All right? There it is.